Yeah, let's start.
Welcome to Campus Radio. My name is Midiafan and I'm hanging out with Ngalizani. Ngalizani is an activist from the campus of UNIVEN, University of Venda. So this is a new show. It's called the Campus Radio. Campus Radio is basically a platform where students will be coming and voice out their grievances, their whatever challenges they will be facing. If you're a first year, you're having a hard time, you can come here and tell us your story, how you adapted to the environment, because university on its own, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. You meet different people, you encounter different situations that you've never experienced before. So this is the platform where a first year can come and tell us their story, and then the first year of next year we'll be able to go back and watch this thing. Okay, this guy managed to maneuver this a certain challenge in this way. That means I can take this route. It also helped me in overcoming all the anxiety, all the pressure, all the stress that you're not used to. So today, I'm as I said, I'm chilling with Ngare. Ngare is an activist. He's here to talk to us about the LGBTQI community and in campus. You know, the LGBTQI community is one community that face different challenges on daily basis. We cannot shy away from the fact that this group is marginalized. You cannot shy away that people tend to treat them differently, and which is not a good thing. So I'm just here as someone who wants to be educated as well. I don't know anything about this community. That's why I'll never speak about the LGBTQI community, because sexuality and gender is not an opinion. So I can't raise my opinion about the LGBTQI community because I'm not part of that. So I'm here with this guy so that he can, walk me through the journey of how to interact, how to talk to these people. So welcome to the show, man. How's it?
I'm good, and yourself?
So as I said, we are on campus. It's a University of Venda. There is a child who comes from the village, like the core of the village, and then they've never been in an environment where they interact or they meet gay people. How would you educate that person, or how would you advise that person to interact and talk to people in the LGBTI community? Because it's difficult to just approach something, seeing it for the first time. You don't know which approach to take. I don't know if you get my point.
I do.
Yes. So can you just educate me and someone out there who's never been exposed to people in the LGBTI community?
Yeah. On this issue, I can say, if you have never come or in contact with a person who's under LGBTQI community, first thing that you should do is stand out and learn. Learn the person first, because being under LGBTQI community, it doesn't mean that you're no longer a person.
Sure.
And there's nothing different from what I am and what you are. So the first thing that you should do, you stand out and learn, observe how these people are before doing anything or showing any kind of attitude or talking to them in some way. Learn how they do things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. Before we go further, I heard that pronouns are very important to you guys. Pronouns, I mean, should I refer to you as a she, he, or they? Because some people, if they are gay and then you refer to them as he, they get offended. So I want to know, where do I draw the line in terms of the pronouns?
Okay, mostly to people that they do get angry when you refer them as he, whereas they prefer being called she, is most of the transgender people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Most of the transgender people, more especially those you see when you come across them, you find them, they're wearing a skirt, they dress like girls, they do weaves, makeups. Yeah, those are the kind of people that you might have to address them as she.
So let's talk about that. Where do I draw the line between a gay person and a trans person, if you don't mind?
Okay. I can say that all these people, they are gays. Ne? A gay is an outer shell word including both them. Ne? But when we are talking about a transgender is someone who's fully a woman in such a way, because they dress as a woman, they talk as a woman. Come on now, yeah. No, that is not me, I'm joking. No, don't do it because
Wait. Let me go out.
As Ngare was still trying to explain the difference between a gay guy or a gay person with a transgender person, there's someone who wanted to give their view of the difference between a gay person and a transgender person. So, my guy, can you just elaborate what you wanted to say to us?
Okay, based on my understanding or based on the research that I've done, a transgender is a person who's transitioning, a person who's changing their gender from being male to female or from being female to male. That person is a person who's going through a process of transformation. That's why we call them trans.
Okay.
Yes, and then a gay guy, yes, there are gay guys who are CC, who are feminine. Let me use the word feminine.
Yeah.
There are gay guys who are feminine, and then there are gay guys who are masculine. The ones who wear ladies' clothes, we refer to them as drag queens. Not sure if it's the right term, but then that's how we refer to them as.
Okay. Yes. No. Thank you. And then you can continue with your point.
You said it all though.
Oh, we said it all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you answer the question of pronouns?
Yeah.
Like the she, he. Okay. How important it is to observe the pronouns that you use when you address a certain person, because I agree you mentioned that when you need to be careful when you use those pronouns when you're addressing a trans person as opposed to a gay person. So with a gay person, either male or female, how important it is to be cautious of your pronouns when you're addressing them. If let's say it's a girl and then she's lesbian, and then I call her a her, is it a problem or it goes with people?
Yeah, I can say most of them it goes with people as well.
So there are those who don't mind to be addressed as she if she's a girl, and then there are those who don't mind being addressed as he if he's a guy. Okay. No. I get that. Do you mind?
Yes, with pronouns, it's all about preference.
It's preference.
Yes, there are basically guys who prefer being called she, or I might prefer certain people to call me she, and then certain people to call me he.
Okay.
It's based on my interaction with the person. It's very important that when you talk to someone, you first ask for their pronoun before you can use any pronoun that comes to your mind. Let me use the word mind.
Because wouldn't that make the conversation awkward? I just met you and then ask you if I should refer you to as a he or she.
It wouldn't. Even in functions which are related to LGBTQI community.
Sure.
First thing when you enter at the register, they expect you to write the pronoun that you want to use.
Okay.
Yes, because today the person might wake up feeling that, okay, today I want to use the pronoun he. And then the following day I wake up feeling that I want to use the pronoun she. It's all about the preference of the person at that specific time. Yes. And also with the misusal of pronouns, it comes with misgender conceptualization.
Okay.
Something
I
like
get
that.
I get what you say.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you. We're a few minutes in the interview and then like I've learned so many things that I didn't know. Honestly, I'm a straight guy and I'm not homophobic, but because I didn't have the information that you guys are teaching me now, I used to avoid gay people. I don't hate them, but I just avoid spaces where there are those people because I didn't know how to act around those people. Because sometimes you might find that, okay, I'm in a space where there are gay people and I don't know how to act around those people. And then one wrong move with those people, find out they're going to drag you, your name and everything. So I used to avoid such spaces, but I've opened up myself to learning new things as I am today. I'm going to continue with this conversation going forward. I'll also meet other people in the LGBTQI community. So can you tell me, when did you realize that you were gay?
Bit of correction there. I'm not gay.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm not gay.
Okay.
I'm bisexual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you realize that?
It was something that was living on me since when I was young. But before everything, I was not sure if I'm gonna be someone who's gonna live like this. Before I get involved with different people, then this way I realized, well, oh, this is what I am and this is what I do and this is what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So I can say where I started being sure of what I am, it was 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
2018, I was very sure of who I am.
So all this time before 2018, you knew but you were not sure.
Yeah, I knew, but I was not sure.
Okay, man, I get it. So how did people receive you after 2018 when you realized that, okay, I am this person?
For me, I can say it was just a continuation of how things were. Because even when I was still growing up, when I was young, people could still call me maybe gay. Yeah. For different particular reasons. Because at home I used to do all household chores that woman does. Because my mother didn't have any girl child. So I used to cook, clean, mop.
I do that as well.
So I could do everything that woman does. Yeah, and mostly people that I used to hang up mostly with them, they were ladies.
Oh, okay. So like, are you saying people called you gay because you used to do house chores?
Yeah.
That was stupid of them. I wash dishes, I cook, I clean the house, I do almost everything that are so-called house chores. But I guess maybe they saw something that led them to, perceiving you as gay. That's why they started calling you. I don't think washing of dishes and cleaning of house could make someone call you gay. So your parents didn't have a problem? Because I know with African parents, it's always a problem for some of them to accept their kids for who they are.
I can say there's always a problem.
It's always a problem.
Yeah, there's always a problem for parents to accept that their kids are like this. It's always the problem, and mine do have a problem with it.
They still do now?
Yeah, I can say they still do.
Yeah. So have you tried to sit down with them and explain how this thing is so that they could understand why you are the person that you are?
I tried that, but I can say it didn't work out.
So there's no any form of animosity between you and your parents? Are they still, supportive as parents to you?
Yeah.
Having a problem with your sexuality?
Yeah, they're still supportive. That's what they said. Yeah, and they still love me as their son. But I can say there's somehow a bridge between us, because it's no longer like how it was before, where we.
So you were saying that your parents still support you, still love you the way you are, but the only problem they have with you is your sexuality.
Yeah. I can say they have a problem with that, because they even went to an extent where they told me that you have to stop this. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You have to stop it. And as my dad tried to explain a different situation where people mostly does this, so he was like, you are outside. Most of people who does that, the people from prison, soldiers who are far away from their families. But when you're just a free man outside here, you can take a change to whatever that you're doing right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I hope they didn't understand the fact that it's not about me liking doing it. It's just in me.
It's who you are.
It's just me. I am just like that.
And sometimes we need to be lenient with parents, because in their era these things were not so, I don't want to use the word famous, but people were not familiar with the LGBTQI community as we are now. I don't know if it's because of social media now that we're familiarizing ourselves with LGBTQI community. Back then, if you're a man, you're a man. It ends there. He did not have a choice to explore who you are. Maybe their standpoint is coming from that era. But that does not mean they shouldn't be open-minded to know that these things happen. These things exist. You get me?
Yeah.
So, I want to know, how are you guys treated on campus? Are you treated as any other student, or there are limitations to you guys because you belong in the LGBTI community? For me to even say LGBTI community, the moment you put community in that, as I was saying, to even say the LGBTQI community, every communities have borders. So when you put community in the same sentence as the LGBTQI, you're saying these people live in their own space alone. That means they are segregated, they have their own things, they have their own rules. You get my point?
Yeah.
So my point is coming from the how you guys are treated on campus. Are there any segregation, discrimination for the people with LGBTQI community?
Okay, from my point of view,
Sure.
and from what I've seen or observed here in campus, this word is LGBTQI community. Already the world is separated us from everyone.
Those are the borders I was talking about.
Yeah. So with regard to treatment, it goes with how close you are with people.
Okay.
How good are you when interacting with people? How open you are, how close you are, how far you can go, or in which extent you can go when you're interacting with other people. Yeah. So there are people that they don't like being around people who are under this community.
They are homophobic people.
Yeah, they are homophobic people, and those people that whenever you're calling, they will call you with names. You pass by them, they call you with names and whatnot. But mostly in University of Venda, we don't come across such things too much. There are only those kind of few people that they still do it.
Okay, it makes sense. If you say you've in this campus in the University of Venda, you don't encounter such situation more often, I would love to believe that people are being open-minded. They are starting to being receptive. They are starting to accept that these things happen, these things exist, and these are the people that we should live in. But my issue is the borders that are put around that name LGBTQI, because we might say there are people who it's people from outside that are bothering you guys, whereas it's you guys who are bothering yourself. Because when you say LGBTI community, as you said, like there is a word for you. I don't know if you are making sense.
Yeah, I think I get that.
Because sexuality is not an opinion.
Yeah, you are right.
Sexuality is who you are. So the moment you place someone in a certain community based on who they are, I don't know what that means.
Okay, I think the better reason of doing that, it was for protection from the outer world.
How so?
In knowing yourself, it's more like protecting them in some ways. I think this word was just a combination of how, because if you look at this word, it talks about lesbian, gays, bisexual, and what. So it was a more like a combined community of all those people, so that we can be able to save them or to protect them in which way. So if you just say she's from LGBTQ community, meaning that I don't have more to explain myself. I'm under the LGBTQI community, but I'm this and this and this and this.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
It was more of easing the fact of people calling them this, other people calling them lesbian, other people calling them pansexual.
I get it. Okay, you get in an environment where there's a lot of people, you are gay, and then you start acting feminine, and then people start looking at you. But if you tell them that I'm from the LGBTI community, they know, and they know what to expect from you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So have you ever been, or do you know someone who's been taken advantage of because they come from that community?
Yeah, I can say I know a lot, especially outside the campus.
Okay.
Yeah. I know a lot of them, just that I can't expose the name.
But you can just tell us the story or the scenario without mentioning names. You don't want names.
Okay. Unfortunately, but if I tell this story, a lot of people they're gonna know. Okay, it's going to make a great sense about this story.
I get it. Now I wanna come to things that campus related. Now we have races, and there are points where people need to share a room. There are people who have a problem with sharing a room. If the guy has a problem with sharing a room with a gay guy, how have you guys resolved that issue? Because I know it happens.
Hey, that's that's a different story. I can say we have not yet solved it. That kind of issue is not yet solved. You find that you're being allocated where in a double room where with a person who's very homophobic, and
that's my
this
issue.
person will stay the whole day without talking to you, or angry, or you break something, he's shouting at you, is pulling you, things like that.
And then has the university placed any measures to reduce that?
Nah, there are no measures. There are no measures.
What are your leaders doing about it then? Okay, because your leaders are your fellow students.
Yeah, I think it has to come from Minister of Gender. Or he has to be the one standing up for LGBTIQ people, or they should at least get a better treatment. They should at least get single rooms. Maybe they stay on campus or something like that.
Because I can only imagine, being discriminated against is the most is the worst thing ever. It breaks you emotionally, it kills your confidence, it plays with your self-esteem, and then it makes you question yourself. By questioning yourself, you're going to start questioning your sexuality now. Now you're giving that person who's homophobic power. Because you're with this guy, he's masculine, and then you're gay, you're in the same room, you made a mistake, maybe you break his laptop, you break his phone by mistake. Now that person you just gave him ammunition to actually come at you. Yeah. You get my point. So yeah. The Minister of Gender, whoever that is, I think needs to they need to do better, or the leadership as a whole need to do better about this thing. Or a simple thing, if I'm allocated with a gay guy, or the gay guy is allocated with a straight guy, what the gay guy can do is to look for another gay person who is in the same race, and then they ask to live with that person to avoid this nonsense. Because for now there's no solution to this.
I think
That's just my view.
And from my perspective, I feel that it's still a taboo calling people from LGBTQI to share rooms. You might find that there's someone who is in the LGBTIQ community, but this person is in closet. He doesn't like being around those people.
Yes.
It happens that you find that this person doesn't want anything that has to do with people from under LGBT.
No, like I'm talking about someone like who's well known to be in the LGBT community, who's well known to be gay, or who's well known to be a lesbian. Okay, this person is sharing a room with a straight guy. Hey, my guy, from the same community, can we? You see, the straight guys go there and then do their homophobic things there alone. Yes. Honestly, like being discriminated against is the worst thing ever. Trust me.
It's even painful.
Look, you are here to study. Now you have to deal with academic stress. You need to deal with being discriminated again. You have to deal with being called names. You won't make it. You won't finish that degree. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's painful, but in what I can say is that most of people that are under LGBTIQ community, they take those discrimination, those called by names and the pain that they get as a motivation to a life. If you look how this industry is booming with people who are getting successful, they're leading everywhere. If you really check, these people are those people that they know what they were looking for.
True.
Because I remember I was in this other journalism company. Then they told me that here we are only hiring people from under LGBTI community. Then I asked that man, or why do you say that? Then he was like, yeah, those people, they know what they are looking for and they go after it. He was like, I've never worked with people who are so passionate in whatever they're doing, but they know what they are doing. They know what they want.
And in most cases, they are good at what they do.
Yeah, they are always good with.
I have one. This is my claim of fame. Wiseman Zita, you probably know him.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, I stay with that guy at Rice. We went to Pretoria. Yeah, we went to TT together. I remember I even asked him to vote for me. I was in 2017. So that guy, I went to watch him at State Theatre. He's an actor.
Yeah.
That guy is amazing. That guy kills it. And like there was one time he was acting as a man. Like, is this Wiseman Zita that is this Wiseman that we know? So to add to your point, like you guys are really passionate, and I get your point of motivation.
Yeah.
You're really passionate at what you do. Like you're really good at what you do. So I'm even out of words. I'm even out of words. You want to add something? Why not?
It's fine.
What is fine?
What he's shared so far means that it's fine.
Okay, we'll come back for you and then just have your episode. In closing, man, what can you say to the LGBTQI and the community at large, like everyone?
Yeah, I can say that people need to mature. Yeah. People need to grow.
Sure.
It goes with the level of how growing are you. You should even check, are you that open-minded? People have to educate themselves before discriminating, before saying a lot of things. Learn, because you might find a lot of people saying that doing this it's a sin. How many sins are you committing a day? I mean, like you find murderers calling people from LGBTI community that what you're doing, you're committing a sin. Whereas now he is a murderer. Yeah, whereas he have committed worse crimes than just being under LGBTI community.
I think people need to be honest with themselves. A sin only applies to Christian. If you're not a Christian, sin doesn't exist to you. Because you need to live by the 10 commandments. If I'm not a Christian, then I don't live by those 10 commandments. Then sin does not exist to me. So when you say being in part of the LGBTI community, they say, what the fuck are you talking about?
Woman.
So come on, man. It's just stupid.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that people need to grow. And also, if you know someone is under LGBTI community, it's okay if you're close to them. When you're close to them, if you are close to them, you'll find out how amazing they are.
Okay.
You find them how good these people are. The only problem is when you cross them. When you cross the limit, they take all the frustration that they come encounter each and every day, all the pain, all the struggles, they give it back to you, and you won't like it, I'm telling you. Then this way you go, people under LGBTIQ, they have drama. People under LGBTI community, they have this and this and this. Sure. It's because you cross the boundary, you cross the line, you cross the limit. Yeah.
And then what about those who are in closet? What would you say to them?
Those who are in closet, take care of yourself. Live by your own terms. Don't be forced by anyone.
Being in closet, you're not living by your own terms. You're living by people's terms.
By your own terms.
You're scared to come out of the closet because you're scared people will start looking at you different. That's not living by your terms.
Okay. From my perspective, I think it's by their own terms, as they can choose to. You may find that someone is in closet because he just want to be in closet. So
he doesn't want people to know that he's gay.
Yeah, he doesn't want people to know.
Because you know these comrades, they are during the day they are straight guys. At night, we know.
It's not like that. Yeah, it's more like that. Especially you will see more like of that in Joburg. Obvious.
Nah, even around here.
Even around.
That's the groove when I will see things. You will see things.
Yeah, it's more like that. Just people need to grow and accept the reality.
And then any organization that people can refer to when they want to learn about these things.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about being yourself, you want counseling. You want someone who can show you what can you do. There's Stop the Sport Youth Organization. It's fully based here at UNIVEN. Yeah, and we have good, capable people that can help you. If you need counseling under LGBTI community, we have.
It's specifically for the people in the LGBTI community because comrades, we are going through a lot.
No,
we need therapies.
No, it's not. It's not under that only because it accommodates everyone who's around UNIVEN community and also outside.
Okay, I was about to ask because I'm not a student and I have problems. Where do I go? Because therapists are expensive.
So then there's free rendered people that you can contact to talk to them. If you want face to face, you can have face to face. If they also refer you to people like what Dr. Dama, the specialist, the professionals of counseling and psychology.
Okay, where people can contact you guys? Free what?
Stop the sport.
Stop the sport.
Yeah,
stop the sport. Stop the sport. Where can people find you? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever.
Yeah, we are there in all social media platforms. In Instagram, Facebook. It's Stop the Sport Youth Organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop the Sport Youth Organization.
Yeah. And we also have an office here, Student Center.
Oh, okay.
It's office 1107.
Okay, because this is a platform for the students. We are going to be regulars of this campus because here we realize that there are a lot of issues that are unspoken of. So we want to be the voice.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys can support us through that journey. So the platform is called Campus Radio. We will be here every week talking about different things. And if you have a concern that you want to raise, and then, for example, you have been talking about this thing, no one is listening to you. This is the platform. It's called Campus Radio. We'll be here almost every week talking about different things, as I said. Whether it's political, whether it involves rooms, whether it involves registration, blockings, GBV, femicide, everything, academic stress, mental health, everything, ZOP, Conte. So we'll be here to help students with that, with raising your voice. So thank you for your time, and we really appreciate everything that you told us. It was very insightful. I learned a lot, and I hope whoever will be watching this will also learn something. And yeah, it's the Campus Radio. Till we meet again. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. This Campus Radio is under it's under the Vendor Podcast. It's under the Vendor Podcast, not the different channels. Same channel, different shows. The Vendor Podcast, now this is the Campus Radio that is focused on students. It's for the students, to the student. We out.